Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Casting Seeds. I'm Savannah, your holistic health practitioner and host, and you're listening to the only holistic health podcast that uses God's singular truth to give you individualized discernment. Today, we are going over my nesting party, kind of the do's and don'ts of nesting parties, what I wish I did, what I wish I didn't do. And mine was kind of a combination of a nesting party and a shower, but a few people were asking to see photos and things like that before and after. Oh my gosh, I did not do that, but I would love to talk to you guys about that and what a nesting party is, whether or not maybe you'd like to do it in the future. This is going to be a short and sweet little episode, but it definitely was such a blessing, and yeah, let's get into it. So in general, what is a nesting party versus a shower? A nesting party is normally like a small gathering of like women, some men, that can come into your home and literally help you nest. So normally it's done after a shower, a baby shower, where you have all of your gifts, everything that you need to be able to basically be a mom or a dad, whether it's the first time, second, third. You can do this anytime preparing for baby, but people come and help deep clean your house. They can help you prepare meals, postpartum. So it's typically done like a few weeks before your due date, because you want to start preparing, like really nesting and like narrowing down the home. It's not like you're going to paint walls and do all that stuff, but it's kind of a house reset to prepare for baby. For us, we did it a month before our due date, or I guess a little less than a month before, because it also was our shower. So we asked people for this event, like, please, if you can, send especially clothes and things like that early so we can get them washed and done to prepare for baby. But it was more of like our front yard was the shower experience. So people brought gifts, they ate cake, they had food. We played some games, that kind of stuff. And I was out there the whole time, just kind of hosting and talking to people, while I also had a specific list of things that I knew that would be so helpful to get done and to prepare for baby coming. And yeah, I put people in charge of different rooms. So my aunt was in charge of the living room, and my mom was in charge of the nursery. And then my friend, who's also an herbalist, was in charge of the backyard. And I did have like a few things in the kitchen that would have been great, but the kitchen wasn't really touched as much because it wasn't super necessary. It was more like cleaning out, the cans or things that may have gone bad. And I only had a 4-hour time span for people to do all of this. So it really, in our tiny home, people came and they got so much done. The boxes being broken down, I can't even tell you. We had so much stuff that I just left the nursery basically for people to be able to set up. Jeremiah put up the shelving and things like that. Like, we had all the basic big stuff down, but they folded the baby clothes. It was amazing. I did this past Saturday. So like, that was 2 Saturdays ago. This past Saturday, one of my best friends and we went in and kind of redid like how I like the books, and reorganized some baby clothes, and I'm using reusable diapers, and like prepared the drawers a little bit better for what would be more functional for me. But overall, it was so nice being able to walk in and kind of just be surprised and see how other people would set up our nursery, which I know so many other people were like, how could you do that? How could you let someone else? And I'm like, because it's easy to move things around. If I really hated it, it's not a big deal. But it was getting the deep clean, like behind the couches, under the couches, resetting our backyard, not even like mopping and vacuuming, but scrubbing the walls and that type, like, oh, I can't even tell you how much of a blessing that was. Cause then like just doing laundry and things like that, like it's just all easier because I don't have to think about it. So yeah, that kind of stuff was huge. And it also was just fun to see people and clients that came by that haven't seen me for a month or so, or maybe even like 6 months, because I haven't seen them for a while. So just that kind of stuff in a nesting party is such a blessing. Whereas like a shower, that's a little bit more of a formal affair where it's either at some location. It's not normally at the person's house. But it can be. It's normally at a location, and it's more of like a woman-based event. And ours was men, women, and children were all invited. But I don't know, there's a lot of co-ed showers now, but I personally, even bridal showers, not that they aren't fun and like wonderful to see everyone dress up and get together. It becomes very, run of the mill, I guess, where everyone tends to play the same games and sitting and watching people open presents. I love seeing people open presents, but being the person who's just awkwardly there opening presents consistently, I hate that. So, I liked being able to just open a present right away with someone and be like, okay, here you go. This is so beautiful. This is perfect. Thank you. Can you please go now put this in, like, you now get to go put it away into the nursery. So that was the biggest difference between like a shower where then you're now having to bring all of this stuff home and set it up all by yourself pregnant, or put that onto your husband, or your mom. Like it was so nice having people like opening it and being like, oh my gosh, thank you, this is what I asked for on my registry, this is perfect, please go find a perfect place for it in the home. And people loved it. They loved being able to do that and be a part of our home. Also, you can hear me, I'm sitting on my, can you hear, I'm sitting on, what is this thing called, my yoga ball right now, because that's what feels great right now. So yeah, I love, don't get me wrong, I think baby showers are wonderful and bridal showers and all that stuff. But after being a bride and doing the bridal shower and coming home being like, oh my gosh, I have to put all of this away. And that was not pregnant. The moment I heard about a nesting party a few years ago, I was like, that's what I'm doing. That's not even a question. That is immediately what I'm doing. And also too, it was fun because because some people asked about what did I do for like the shower part. So I actually made a bunch of tinctures in bulk. So I did like a skull cap, chamomile, like all of these tinctures. And then I wrote out what they do. And then I put out individual 2-ounce bottles for everyone to be able to make. And they could take a couple home. They can mix them. They can pour their own, like you get to make your own herbal medicine and take it home, which was really fun because it's kind of like it was an interactive thing for people to do outside. And then for games, I just used Canva and did 2 more fill in the blank things. One was like, is this mommy or daddy? Guessing about Penelope, like who do we think is going to cry first when we see her? Who's going to do more feeds, who's more excited for her to meet the dogs, like that kind of stuff. And then there was a $50 game where whoever guesses the most on like her due date, her weight, like all of that. I think we have like 10 questions on there, but whoever gets most of them right, we will Venmo $50. So it's kind of cute because people get to guess, like, is she going to be bald? Is she going to have hair? And if she does have hair, what color? And it's cute having that to look forward to after she's born as well. So just really simple games where people could fill it out and talk and have fun while they're eating. And it's not some big, thing or embarrassing thing or playing the same games over and over again. Or people, some people didn't do them, and that's okay. Also, what I loved about having a nesting party is some people came and did nothing. They hung out, they ate, they gave hugs, they spent time with me, they prayed, and they left. And that's the capacity that they came at. And I loved that so much. Some people, all they could do instead of affording a gift is come and help and work and do a few things and help out and then leave. And I loved that as well. So, and then some people just like they couldn't even come, nor could they afford a gift, but they sent prayers and love to us. And that's also amazing. Prayer is the biggest thing that we could be asking for. And that's all we've been asking for since the beginning of our pregnancy when we've had our bleeds. So I 10 out of 10 recommend a nesting party. Again, not to poop on showers at all. It was kind of fun having a combo, but it also was a little overwhelming. I can see why people do both. Like if I had 10 close girlfriends that could have come and then done exactly like only prepare meals and stuff, or then it would have been a little bit more organized and less chaotic, but I don't know. That's not how I do my life. Also too, I had a meal train that people, I had a QR code that people could scan. So after we gave birth, people could come, and instead of having a bunch of freezer, like meals taking up in my freezer, and it's about a month away or more than a month if we give birth later, right? I didn't want like gross, frostbitten meals that we'd be pulling out. Meal trains are so great. And you know what's kind of funny? I was pooped on a little bit for it, and I didn't know that meal trains are more of like a Christian thing. Um, but whatever. I think that they're wonderful. And then you get to have fresh food, whether it's home cooked or it's, someone, even if someone bought us In-N-Out, I'd be equally as happy. So, we got to set up that meal train, and I know my church is all over it, but also I wanted people that came and helped that day to be the first to be able to come and see us, even if it wasn't bringing a meal. So I kind of set that up with people. It was just really fun. And if any of you guys want any of these Canva links that I made to personalize for yourself, let me know. Send me an email, even for the like how I did the meal train and stuff, because it's all, you just sign up online and it's very easy. And it's cool too, because after people sign up on it, then I'm sending it to my church, and then other people can fill in the gaps. But can I say, I would love to open up the conversation on like how meal trains work, because this is the first time I've been a part of one and like brought meals for people, but I have never in my life had one, because I've never been like sick enough or needed it, ever. And I, my mom was so funny and also kind of annoying, because she was like, when I was pregnant, I just gave birth and then I was fine. I didn't need a meal train. And I was like, Mom, that's great for you. But also too, sometimes people just want to bond with their baby and bring you a meal. Like, anyway, it's just, yeah, I got pooped on a little bit by my family. Like, oh, and you need a meal train? You're gonna have people come clean your house and come cook for you after? And I was like, my family's learning slowly about what community means in the church. and I was like, I refuse to feel shamed for letting my community love on me, but also to like just being able to be loved on in that way and be humbled and graced by these people in this way. So anywho, I have no shame in this. With all that being said, what is the proper protocol for meal trains? Like, do you do it for like a month? Do you do it 3 days out of the week? Do you do 5 days, 7 days? Like, I asked a few pastors and their wives, and they were like, everyone's different. It just depends. And I was like, but also too, I feel like eating other people's food that much might be overwhelming. So I don't know. I did the month of September, because she could be born this month or next month, but either way, it would be a blessing. I just did the month of September, and then I did like 3 days a week each week, and I kind of spaced it out. It was like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I did like a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Like I changed it each week. Is that appropriate? Is that okay? I don't know. I don't know how this works. You guys can DM me and let me know, because I genuinely don't know how this works by any means. But I'm just praying that no matter what, it's going to be okay and I won't be judged. And if people think it's too much or too little, they'll tell me. But for my closest friends, I told them, hey, like, don't sign up for the meal train, because I'd rather you guys come the first week she's here and drop off meals that week. So a few of my closest friends know not to sign up for that meal train. Anyway, yeah, if you guys have any tips or tricks on that kind of stuff, I'd love to know. I'm also a little nervous about it, because Jeremiah, I have celiac disease. Jeremiah's gluten sensitive, but we have some food allergies. So if there are any horror stories around that, if there are ways I can avoid having gluten exposure or, or other allergy exposures, please tell me. This is a please contact me episode. If it's on Facebook, Instagram, or email, please contact me and tell me I need help. Yeah, with all of that, I would love to know if you guys have ever had nesting parties. I've actually never been to one before. I hosted one without ever having had one in my life or been to one in my life. And everyone who came had never been to one and had never heard of a nesting party. And they all liked it, supposedly. I don't know. I mean, if any of my friends are listening to this and you hated it, please tell me. I think you would have already. But my mom and grandma, which I want to talk about humility really quickly. My mom and my grandma, my mom's mom, were mortified that, and I think this is why a lot of older people ended up not coming. They just, again, my mom's a newer believer. My grandma is too. I should say that my grandma's very interested. Like she goes to church all the time. I don't know 100% if she's a believer or not. There isn't any fruit in their lives yet. So I'm just praying for that. But the concept of relying on community is mortifying for them. I can tell that there's a lot of pride there. Uh, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. There's just a lot of pride. So where like everyone else who came loved it. Like they were like, oh my gosh, like one person kneeled in dog poop and they were like, it was so fun. Not kneeling in dog poop, but loving on us. And that's kind of how I feel. I've gone and cleaned, like deep cleaned my friends' houses for them before. And I would do that all day, any day. But cleaning my own home, I'm like, ugh, gross. It's kind of like, you know, when you go through your friend's closet and you're like, you have so many cute clothes. Why don't you wear these? And then they're looking at it and they're like, what do you mean? I've worn these a million times and they're all so fugly. That's exactly what it feels like. So I had to lovingly, leading up to the nesting party, remind them to not make negative comments about it and to be supportive and excited that people are going to come and love on me. And my mom was like, we should clean before the nesting party. I'm like, that literally defeats the purpose, you weirdo. And yeah, like we got the kitchen like more clean so that people could do more deep cleaning things, but we didn't just like leave our house a wreck and then have people come and do it. So for me, I wanted more of like a deep clean. So if I left things just destroyed, that would have taken up and eaten up a lot of the time, which by the way, my party was from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The last person who left from our party left at 1 a.m. the next day. Me clapping out of anxiety. So, I mean, not that we don't tell people to skedoodle, but I was just like, I'm going to bed. Like, see ya. I don't care. Because I want people to be able to stay as long as they want or leave as whatever, to leave whenever they want. And I'm thankful that people do feel that way. But obviously, most of that time was not spent cleaning. So just know if you are going to have a nesting party at your home, feel really comfortable with the people who are coming there because that can happen. I mean, maybe you guys are just better at setting boundaries than me. I'm really good. I've gotten better at it throughout my pregnancy about people commenting on my body or the baby or like, I don't know why people do this. People constantly say like, oh, I hope she comes soon. And it's clearly like not a safe time for the baby to come. And I'm like, oh, well, no, we would like her to come closer to the due date. That's a lot healthier. And like, no, but wouldn't soon be so nice? And I'm like, no, I don't want to NICU baby, but thank you. And obviously I don't say that to like rando people. I'm just like, oh yeah, thank you. But my own family says it so often. Like, I hope she comes now. And I'll look at them because I've had this conversation with them already. And it's not an endearing, like, oh, you know, Savannah, just chill. They're excited. But I don't think people realize like when you've already explained something a million times and it actually can give you anxiety. Like I've explained, like, if you guys please don't keep wishing and hoping and praying that she comes early. Like one, obviously we can't control that. That's God's timing, but it does, like thinking of those things, it gives your body's already working so hard during pregnancy and you're so inflamed and overwhelmed. And yeah, I mean, especially the first time going through it this far and we've already had losses and all that stuff. Like there's just a lot of insensitivity that people don't realize that they say when they comment on your body or when your baby's going to be delivered or how big you are, how small you are, what your belly looks like, all of those things. So yeah, people just don't get, and I understand too, sometimes it's just been a long time for some people just really excited, but I wish and pray that people would kind of take a step back before they spoke more often than not and just realize like, yeah, maybe this isn't the kindest thing in the world to say. So there's that as well. That I've kind of struggled with, specifically with my family and with, I hate to say my family and Jeremiah's family, but it's been more of like a family issue with both of our families, our one unit. So, not so much random people. Random people are going to say whatever they're going to say. And you're just kind of like, ugh, and you roll your eyes, which also I have been pooped on a video that's a kind of gone semi-viral. I made a video about how this wonderful woman at Sprouts just like loved on me and took care of me when my pants slid down and my shirt slid up a little bit. So I was exposing my belly without noticing. and how she just like checked in and made sure, like, do you want your shirt to look like that? Are you okay? But she didn't say it like that at all. You guys should watch the video because it's so endearing what she said. And I almost like cried afterwards because I just thought it was so nice and she was so great. And people are so upset about it. I don't understand why. They like can't believe that someone was actually that nice. Whenever I share horror stories about how people have treated me on pregnancy, those things are like, oh yeah. And like people love to rip things apart on the internet. But whenever it's a positive one, they're like, that didn't happen. And I actually was called a racist. So that's fun. I can't with the internet. So that's where I'm at right now. I love, I love the way my nursery was set up, and I probably will post a video soon of what that looks like and why I did what I did. A few of you have been asking me to actually make a YouTube video of that, and also what I packed in my to-go bag for the hospital, which I definitely can do. I never thought I'd like fill up a suitcase, but it's my stuff, Penelope's stuff, and Jeremiah's. And I think because we are bringing holistic things, like almost like if we were having a home birth at the hospital, we obviously packed more to set the mood and to make it more like feel more like home. So that obviously required a bigger bag. And Jeremiah's also bringing a backpacking sleeping bag because why not to sleep on? So I think also too, with us loving backpacking and having that mindset of like, what can we use in multiple ways? We were surprised that we filled it up, but I can go over that if you guys would like. And just because I guess this episode has been really short, I can give you kind of a general thing. But on also my website at holistic.co, if you go under research, I have posted my entire, I have like how to write a birth plan, how to do a birthing checklist, and then I have posted my checklist and my birth plan at the hospital. And again, this is all for my hospital and what works best for Jeremiah and I, and what's been okayed through my hospital. So everyone's going to be different. Like I don't have a birthing tub there, so if I did, my checklist would be a little bit different versus not. But we do have a shower, so like 2 unexpected things that we had to add were shower mats that we're just going to throw out afterwards. But in case I want to go on all fours on the shower, which the thought of that grosses me out, that grosses me out immensely. But with the shower mats, they have like extra cushion and all that stuff. I don't know. We just wanted to have all that prepared and have it be clean and have different options because I can't be floating in a tub. So things like that people may look at our list and be like, what? Same thing with our registry. Some people were asking if I could have an episode explaining my whole registry, which I already did for you guys that you can go back to. And my registry has even changed a little bit since then. So if you guys are going through my registry and you're like, hey, that's not on there anymore, you can always email me or message me or DM me. But yeah, I can go through our hospital bag. And I almost think it'd be better to do an episode like that after we give birth, because I can be like, this is what I packed, but what did I actually use? But I'm being a little bit more prepared, like overly prepared than what I thought I would have. But I definitely don't think I overpacked. Both of us have very minimal clothes. Even for Penelope, we have like one outfit for her because we don't know what size she's going to be born into. And there's a bunch of stores right next to us. So I was just going to send out friends and family if we needed like a different outfit or clothes for her to fit into. But we're going to be doing skin to skin a lot. So unnecessary. But yeah, I think that's what I might do. I'm going to have a before and after thing for my bag list. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions about how we prepared for baby, how we prepared our house or our nursery, and what I wanted. Like for instance, we got a lot of people brought money instead of gifts for our nesting party, which was wonderful. But then I was like, oh shoot, I better order all these things now. So we got our red light therapy right away. We made sure that we got a lot of herbs and supplements that I had for like postpartum care. People love buying stuff for baby showers and nesting parties for baby. I noticed like none of the stuff I asked for me taking care of was really purchased. So we had to get that ordered like the next day to make sure that it all came in time, because after 37 weeks, like it's just, you're at the home stretch. So everything should be arriving. I think today is the last day everything should be arriving that I would love to make sure I bring to the hospital if we have to go. But today we are packing up. We're like the bag's all packed. Everything's in the car. So I would just have to add those herbs and supplements. So I'd have to send somebody to come get them, which isn't a big deal. Our hospital is only 10 minutes away. So people are going to have to get our dogs anyway. But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's kind of weird just talking about me and my life. This feels more like a vlog, which I don't think we've done really at all ever. I like to keep things like very holistic and more about science and that type of stuff. But now you get a little glimpse into Savannah and her life and hers and me. I don't know why I'm talking in the third person. Oh, there's Jeremiah. I'm just finishing. Do you want to say keep casting seeds? Yeah?
We gotta go to the alleviate appointment.
Okay. What time? Oh my gosh, we're running late.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Keep casting seeds, everyone.
Love you. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed learning how to cultivate God's creation from a biblical perspective. Holistic health is to prioritize whole person wellness through Christ. Like and comment on what topics we're casting seeds or casting pearls.
If you found this information provided useful, subscribe to our podcast for future updates, leave a review to help us improve, and share this episode. We would like to remind you before we leave that perfect health cannot be attained in this world.
Only spiritual salvation through sanctification and repentance to God and turning away from sin will give you a perfect body in the kingdom come. Nourish yourself in the Word, in prayer, and in biblical fellowship daily.
Thank you for joining us today, and a special thank you to our listeners for making this podcast possible.
Always praying.
Keep casting seeds.